All entry points into the central business district of Nairobi were blocked by police officers in a bid to prevent protesters from marching to the city for the Nane Nane protests. Security was heightened around and within the CBD as passengers in public service vehicles were forced to walk long distances to the city as police limited access into the city. Brenda Wanga reports.
The capital, Nairobi, was to play host to the grand and final march and protest that was planned by the country's youthful population. But today, the government's full machinery was deployed to ensure that this did not happen. The police were not taking any chances. Entry to the city was a closely monitored and guarded affair. Right from Mombasa Road, the roadblocks were erected as far back as Mlolongo. Passengers in public service vehicles were not allowed to commute to the CBD.
Kutoka hapa mpaka mahali naenda inachukua almost 2 hours kama natembea mguu. Gari inachukua dakika kama 45.
Those coming from Thika Road and the environs also had to contend with police stops that were erected at intervals along the otherwise busy, traffic-choked road. Today, the roads were clear, save for the presence of police, both traffic and ordinary, who subjected motorists and passengers to impromptu and mandatory checks. Their agenda was one.
Tumeshukishwa kwa gari, tunaambiwa kwa sini majenzi, juu kwa gari hakuna wazee na tunaenda Nairobi. Na inatakikana tufike salama. Sasa sijui ya maaskari wetu wanataka aje.
Along Nyayo Stadium, the situation was the same. There was no passage of PSVs into town, while private motorists were also inspected thoroughly before being allowed entry. Waiyaki Way was also treated to the same arrangement. PSVs denied entry into the CBD. Travelers both from within Nairobi and some coming from upcountry left to their own devices on this road that leads to the city.
Nimetoka Bungoma kuja kutafuta Nairobi pesa, lakini wametufungia barabara. Ona sisi ni wana magari, tunaendesha barabara magari, lakini tunakaa tukipikwa mawe, barabara zimefungwa, hatuna nyuma wala mbele.
I'm headed to work, but tumefika hapa Kangemi. It's not that easy for us because tumeshukishwa na we were headed to town. Personally, I'm going to Kilimani. I'm going to work.
What reason? Sorry.
The inconvenience of the checks and termination of journeys outside the CBD evident among the passengers who were forced to walk long distances to their destinations, physical ability notwithstanding.
Biashara ndio iko chini. Sasa hiyo nimeleta watu kutoka town, nimemwaga hapa. Huyo ananikataza siende town, ndio nashindwa nini inaendelea.
The police leading this operation that lasted for the entire day defended their actions, saying what they have done is necessary.
No, they are not being turned. They are not being turned. We are just trying to regulate. We are just trying to regulate who gets to town and who is not. You know, there are those people of bad will, and they want to get to town to go to maim, cause maim or a robbery kind of whatever. So we are trying to avoid that. But we are just regulating. Any other person of goodwill, they travel back to their normal place of destinations.
The vehicular movement restrictions were not just limited to the central business district in Nairobi. Roads leading to and away from State House were also restricted, with motorists seeking to use them having to go through the erected roadblocks. The police also maintained that violent demonstrations will not be allowed to take place in the country under any circumstances.